How we doing? Another Wednesday night here from Connor's Music. We're doing live streams. I am live. Please put your comments in the comment section if you're watching this live. If you're watching it after, you can still add comments, but I won't respond to them. Thanks for joining me again. I've been having a lot of fun doing this. I do have. I got to start off with a little bit of sad news though, because I was really making a commitment to these Wednesday night live streams. Other than when another theme popped up, every week I'd made sure I did a song by Danny Michel. And this is the last week I can promise that, because I've gone through all my Danny Michel catalog. And so because our executive here has decided we want to continue these live streams while we're in stage one, or step one, I guess it's called now. And then we'll revisit before we move to step two. So live streams are continuing. That's the good news. I was trying to throw you off the trail there by giving you this sad news about Danny Michel covers. So I've got one more. I learned it today to add to keep that whole thing going. But you know, it's a lot of work to learn a new song, as all of you know. So we won't be promising that for future live streams during the rest of step one here. So on that note, I just want to make that great announcement here that today, or starting Friday, you'll be able to have some customers in the shop. We're going to, 15% capacity. For us, that really means one customer group at a time. So if you show up in all together, you can come in as a group. And we're lucky. We're blessed with great customers who will be patient while one group's in, and of course not hang out and consume all the shop time. Everyone's going to share and be awesome. I'm positive of that. So starting this Friday. And then, we're going to keep the live streams going so we can show off product for those of you that are at home. So tonight, I'm doing 3 songs on 3 different Les Pauls. The first one I'm starting with is the Les Paul Jr. So this is I would call it a very simply designed guitar. And if you have any questions about the models I'm playing today, and I'm also going to get to a whole other product that I want to chat about later on in the live stream. But if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I want to respond to them, at the end of each song or in between songs. Anyways, the Les Paul Jr. has one P90 pickup. So you'll notice the other 2 Les Pauls behind me have 2 humbucker pickups, two pickups. So those will give you a little more diversity of tone. This one, it gives you one cool sound. And that one cool sound was perfect for this song, so that's why I selected this one first. The other neat thing about it is, I think, if I'm correct, it's the most affordable Les Paul from Epiphone with a set neck. And when I mean that, what I mean by that is that it's a glued-in neck joint connected to the body in a nice fashion like that. And that, I believe, in my experience, gives you longer sustain, a little nicer tone, a little more projection from the guitar, typically compared to a bolt-on neck version. So Epiphone and then subsequently into the Gibson, Gibson branded Gibson Les Pauls, you'll see set necks like this. But in the more affordable Epiphone Les Pauls, they're still great. I would call them more entry-level guitars. You'll see a plate here where it's bolted on. So that's something to look for if you're trying to decide, am I getting a Les Paul that's for now to get started, or am I going to get myself a Les Paul that maybe I'll have into doing studio work or gigging or jamming with guys that I'm going to love for a long, long time. So that's something to look for. And this one does that. So if you're happy with a nice, simple, straight ahead tone, you get one volume and one tone. Maybe the Les Paul Jr. is the one for you. So I'm going to give it a quick tune up. Hey, welcome to the stream there, Aaron. Like I said, for those of you watching, I see your numbers there. I see your eyeballs. But throw your comments in and say hey so I can say hey back. It's been kind of fun at the shop here. We're doing curbside pickup right now and having customers drop by and say, oh, you were chatting about that thing in the live stream. And I didn't realize they had watched. So that's cool too. But yeah, throw a comment in so I can say hey. All right, so the first song I'm going to play for you today is a Danny Michel cover, as promised. Hey, Dan, how you doing? And this one's called Red Fox. I would say it's a very fashioned in a very 50s sort of cool rock style, but with modern twist to it. So it's his own unique song called Red Fox. And I wanted to do this one because literally this week I was about to leave from my house, which I live up by the Ice Palace here in Georgina, to head for my massive commute here to Connor's Music in Keswick. And as I was starting to pull away, a red fox, trotted down the sidewalk and into my backyard. And so when I saw it go, through the gate there, I was like, whoa. So I stopped and went back in to tell, my family, there's a fox in the backyard. I don't know. They're usually pretty skittish and will run away. It wasn't a big deal, but I wanted them to see it and make sure they were aware. And so that was fun. I believe it was that same fox I saw, and I'm sorry if this little tail, pardon the pun, upsets anyone, but I saw it in the subdivision trotting around with a few baby bunnies in its mouth. So there you go. You can comment on that if you want, but foxes have to eat too. So this is called Red Fox. Today I saw the red fox early in the morning, moving like a SWAT team without any warning. And I was underneath the car in an oil change daydream, and I could hear your voice so clear in the wheel well whisper, and I could feel you all around. I wish I was the red fox who never even met you. He's perfectly designed for running through the valley without you running through his mind. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Tonight I saw the red fox later in the evening, like a bandit, sly and so deceiving. I was up a ladder high in a window-washed daydream, and I could see your face so clear in the window well whisper. I could feel you all around. Was the red fox who never even met you. He's perfectly designed for running through the valley without you running through his mind. Out of the frozen ground you climb frail and small, and when the hunters came, I heard the vixen call. I held my head in pain when I woke and found you gone. Today I saw the red fox sleeping in the tall grass, and I could feel you all around. I wish it was the red fox, never even met you. He's perfectly designed for running through the valley without you running through his mind. I wish I was the red fox who never even met you. He's perfectly designed for running through the valley without you running through his mind. There you go. Red Fox. Covered by originally by Danny Michel, as I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast there. So make sure you check out his music. I'm always trying to like promote going and checking out music by artists who are creating art and sharing it. Especially something done with an instrument just seems so organic and natural, and we need to keep that alive, and that has to be kept alive by an audience. So hopefully we'll be able to do it in person soon, which sort of brings me to the next song and next topic I wanted to chat about. Again, make sure you say hey if you're popping into the stream or if you have any questions. So again, just to quickly recap, that song was done on the Epiphone Les Paul Jr. I'm going to switch up here. It's catchy, eh? All right, so the next guitar I'm playing, I'm going to perform with, is an Epiphone Les Paul Classic Gold Top. Now, what's unique about this, even though I said it was a classic, it says it's a classic, is that in all the other gold tops I've seen come through the shop, they have a gloss finish. And the Classic series, the new modern Classic series, or the new released Classic series from Epiphone, is a satin finish, which I'm not sure how well that can. Oh, thank you for the applause there, Donna. I don't know how well that conveys in your images there. Hey, Steve. Thanks for joining in here. So if you've seen a gold top, throw that in the comments here, or if you own a gold top, throw that in the comments here about your gloss finish you likely have. But if you wanted to have something super cool and unique, you could have a gold top satin finish if you go with the Classic series. And very affordably priced for what you're getting with two humbuckers, a set neck again, mahogany body with some serious weight to it, which I like. Some people will say, oh, I want a lighter guitar. And there's a good purpose for that. You know, you're going to do a big 8-hour marathon show. But when you get a nice solid mahogany body guitar, I think that gives you some extra sustain and tone. And one of the ways to test that is you grab one of these electric guitars and keep the volume off and play it and hear if it has its own sort of acoustic presence first, and then bring the volume up. Oh, and then I'm going to have to turn the volume down here. This one gives you, again, two humbuckers. So I've got it set on my rhythm pickup, which I'm going to use for this song. But you can go in the center and get both pickups. Or if you want a little bitier, you can hear that difference when you go down on the treble pickup. But again, for this next cover, I'm going to do the rhythm pickup, which is this one right up here, the neck pickup. So again, if you have any questions about gold tops or humbuckers or Les Pauls, throw them in the comments there. And let me tell you about this next song. So I did a few Tragically Hip tunes last week, and then I watched the Juno Awards. There was a 50th anniversary of the Junos, and the Tragically Hip were honored with a lifetime, I can't remember the exact name of the award, but it was about their humanitarian efforts. And it was quite a tremendous recap of everything they've done and contributed toward. Not just one charity or one theme, but many charities and many themes that they brought attention to and, of course, funds towards. So, you know, I really applaud them on that award, but also what that, you know, summarizes is that effort that has made Canada a better country. And that, you know, is, if you could say that at the end of a long storied career, I think what else do you want? Is if you made your little piece of the country, or in their case, the entire country, in my opinion, a little bit of a better place to live. So they then did a performance with an artist named Feist, and she sang this song with them, and I loved it. And I've always loved this song. And just like if you were tuned in last week, I did a Head by Century and explained how learning the tuning sort of ignited the fire of that song for me. I noticed when I watched this Juno video of them performing it that they use a capo on the 4th fret, and I'd always done it with bar chords instead. So I'm now going to do it for the first time ever with the capo a la Robbie Baker of the Tragically Hip, and try to sing it and do it justice here. But please check out. You can search it on YouTube, the Tragically Hip with Feist. Hi, Sandra. And Donna, Sandra says hi to you as well. So make sure you comment back to Sandra and say hey to her. They did this performance from the still being renovated Massey Hall. And that added a whole other element to this performance. Like, it was amazing what they were doing. And then they did it in an amazing place that I can't wait for them to be able to open the doors, of course, when it's safe to do so because of COVID, but also, when the renovation's done. And make sure you get tickets and go to Massey Hall and experience it if you haven't done it, because the acoustics in it are phenomenal. A quick side story about that is my brother and I got to go see Jesse Cook and Natalie McMaster perform at Massey Hall. And Jesse Cook asked everyone to give him this opportunity to play a song on the classical guitar unplugged on the stage. There's 5,000 seats, and he's on the stage in the center, fully unplugged, and he performed, and everyone in the room could hear him. To give you an idea of the quality of the acoustics, and of course, I hope they've maintained that. I believe they have, along with the history of this amazing building. So, anyways, that's why I have to do this song for you. It's called "It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken." Color of the night, and all the smoke for one life gives way to shaking movements, improvisational skill, a forest of whispering speakers. Let's swear that we will get with the times in a current house to stay. Let's get friendship right, get life day to day in the forget here skate stream, full of countervailing woes, diverses ever seen, proceeding on a need to know, in a face so full of meaning. I still almost make it glow. For a good life we might after we can find somewhere to go. We'll go somewhere we're leaving, find somewhere to go. Go somewhere we're leaving, find somewhere to go. Let's go somewhere we're leaving, find somewhere to grow. We'll grow where we are leaving. When the color of the night and all the smoke in one life gives way to shaky movements, improvisational skill in the forest of whispering speakers. Let's swear that we will get with the times in our current out to stay. Let's get friendship right, get life day to day in the forget your skate stream, full of countervailing roads, diverse as ever seen, proceeding on a need to know, in a face so full of meaning, to almost make it glow. For a good life we just might after we can find somewhere to go. go somewhere we need it. Find somewhere to grow. Grow somewhere we need it. Find somewhere to go. Go somewhere we need it. Find somewhere to grow. Go somewhere we need it. In the forget your skate string, you can hang your head and roll. If verse has ever seen, you know which way to go. Go. It's a good life if you don't weaken. Tragically Up. Go check out their not cover because they're the band, but their rendition that they just did with Feist for the Juno Awards. Find it on YouTube. I'll probably post it in the comments after the show. And I want to recognize a few comments here and people that have joined the stream. So AJ, let's go Islanders. Okay. Yeah, you know what? They booed Tavares. So I just don't know if I can cheer for, like, I understand they were upset he left, but I don't know if I can cheer for the Islanders. So we'll see. I know you got your logo there and everything. I'm not sure. Arnold, thanks. Joining late is better than ever. Better than never. Better than ever. And good timing because I've put off chatting about string product that I'm using today and a little promo going on. So you'll be able to hear that. That's coming up next. Digsby James. Sounds great, John. Thank you very much. And Steve, thank you for the applause there. I really appreciate it. Again, your attention to the stream is what's going to keep it going. And I've really appreciated chatting with people as they've come by to pick up their online orders. But again, you'll be able to come actually in person, small groups at a time, at this Friday. Starting this Friday, we open at 9:30 a.m. Paul Connors is going to be working, so you can pop by and say hi. And Dave, Brother Dave, he made the logo for this live stream, Brother John. And I was like, well, hopefully people understand it's just I'm his brother and not, Brother John. But anyways, that was what that came from. So thanks for joining. All right, so I'm going to do another song and on another Les Paul. So again, this is Les Paul's. This one was the Gold Top Classic. The next one I'm going to get is my Les Paul. This is the heftiest of them all, of these ones. I'm very proud of this guitar. It's an Epiphone Elitist Les Paul. It is discontinued now, so you can't get this exact one, but they do make this color again, the Alpine White with gold hardware. I fell in love with this guitar as a kid when the song The Wedding Singer came out with Adam Sandler. And, I just could have grabbed my tuner. And, it's just the guys in the band played it at the wedding, and I thought, what a classy looking guitar. It looked like a white tuxedo, so I really wanted to have one, and I probably would have looked at Gibson, but then I got this opportunity to try this, and found that the high-end Epiphone was a great value and great quality guitar. I've had this for a long time, gigged with it. It's been a reliable and great sounding axe for me for a long time. And so I never regretted that decision. So not that I'm saying don't buy a Gibson. If that's, you've got your eyes set on a Gibson guitar, by all means. At Connors Music, you can get some beautiful Epiphone Les Pauls. And this, custom, it's called the custom, Alpine White with gold hardware might be what you'd be looking for. One of the complaints about Les Pauls is their weight. So this Levy strap really solved that for me. It's got a little bit of spring to it, but I don't find the guitar bounces on me at all, but it cuts the weight down massively. Like, I have no shoulder strain whatsoever. And yes, I know I'm quite muscular. People see that when they're watching the live stream. But it's like there's nothing. It's like there's nothing on my shoulder. So it's quite amazing. Randy Bachman uses the same strap with his Epiphone Gold Top Les Paul with Bigsby tailpiece. Probably a very heavy guitar. So if it's good enough for Randy, it's good enough for me. All right, so then a promo that I wanted to tell you about. So today, my guitar was in desperate need of a new set of strings, and so I wanted to take advantage of the D'Addario EXL promotion that's running at stores all across Canada, maybe even in the States, but definitely here at Connor's Music. We've got supply on several different SKUs, which just means like different string gauges, but they're all the D'Addario EXL. So the one I put on this guitar, I'll bring right in so you can see, is the D'Addario EXL 140. And these are normally very affordable strings, and our promo price for June is even less at $549 a set, which is phenomenal. And you know what? There's nothing like putting a fresh set of strings on your guitar and playing it. Bring the gain back a little bit. And so if you want that fresh experience, I know there's more premium strings that have come out in the last little while by D'Addario, but you could buy lots of sets of EXL strings, always have them handy, and throw a fresh set on when you're going to the gig or going into the studio. And I know lots of guys that prefer that approach over, say, a set of strings that maybe would last a little longer, because they want that fresh experience, like the right out of the package on the guitar. And so that's what I'm going to share with you tonight, because I literally was stringing this earlier today, and very good tuning stability. So I'm very pleased with that out of a regular set of D'Addario EXL strings. So there you go. And this is a song I play often called Patio Lanterns by Kim Mitchell. Let's see if we can do this. Again, throw your questions, comments about D'Addario EXL strings or about Les Paul guitars in the comments, or any other questions you have. I'm happy to answer them, even if it's about the Leafs or Islanders or the CN Tower being lit up for the Montreal Canadiens. Oh, anyways, okay, here we go. Patio Lanterns. Outside the biggest patio, outside all the summer shade, we at Patio Lanterns. We spent half the night making lemonade, which we drank a lot, 'cause we were all so shy and nervous. Who's gonna be the first to dance? Who's gonna be the first to kiss under those patio lanterns? If you know the backup vocal parts, throw them in from home. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives under those patio lanterns. I was stuck on Troy, that was her name. She didn't talk much, she was a nervous girl. I was a nervous boy. We stuck together like glue on glue, dancing an old song, Bobby Vince's Blue on Blue. Heartache on heartache. Who's gonna be the first to dance? Who's gonna be the first to kiss under those patio lanterns? Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the skies. Those patio lanterns those patio lanterns. There we go, Patio Lanterns, Kim Mitchell. And thanks for the hi, Mr. Awesome. And thanks for the thumbs up, Chad Slade. That means a lot coming from you. Again, I've mentioned in this live stream that you can feel the pressures on when the musicians are watching because they know what you're doing. You can't really cover anything up. So again, a thumbs up from Chad Slade is great. Thank you, Arnold, for the applause there. Means a lot. I was trying to explain to students because we're getting ready. I'll make another little announcement. So we're opening this Friday to small groups of customers. And then on Saturday, June 26th, we're going to host a virtual Music in the Streets. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. So a virtual Music in the Streets, and we're inviting the students right now to prep for it. Oh, glad you love that song. Oh, I'm loving the comments. This is great. Thank you. And so I was telling students, like, they can prepare. They've got options. They can prepare a pre-recorded video, especially if they're doing groups or maybe if they're a little shy about the live experience. But this is as close to we can get right now to the live experiences when you actually go live and you see this interaction. And you do get a little nervous because you don't want to make a mistake in front of a large audience like you guys. So that's we're encouraging the students to work toward that. We've got a large group of them ready to go live, and then some really cool duets and group performances where they've recorded parts and it's all coming together. So make sure you mark that on the calendar. Some promos coming out soon for Saturday, June 26th. The time is to be announced. It depends on how many participants we have from the students. But they've all been doing online lessons right now and prepping for this. So it's kind of it's going to be a neat, unique experience. But they'll be joining us from their home studios or their living rooms, performing from there. So okay, so just a quick recap of the gear I used today. I was using Epiphone Les Pauls. I just said Les Pauls in the comment. Or in the description of this. I did not use anything by Gibson. They were all Epiphone because that's what's available here at Connors Music. But they say if it says Les Paul, it's a Les Paul. And I think, hopefully you'd agree, the tone on this guitar. Oh, going a little out of tune because I pushed it at the end with a little bit of bending on those riffs. But doing quite good with a fresh set of strings. And I will say that with any fresh set of strings, you'll notice on day one, you're going to need to do a little tune-up and stretching. I always just grab them and give it a little gentle pull here in that first day or so, a couple of days even. But you get that fresh, bright tone from these strings. So I was very pleased with that using the Didero EXL 140. That specific gauge gives me a thicker low string, which is quite great if I'm doing a drop D tuning, which I will do on the Les Paul. Or just a nice thick sound down there. So kind of a nice option with that gauge of strings. But the special promo on EXLs is on multiple gauges. So the one we've already been selling lots of is the EXL 110, which is a regular light 10 to 46. No mistakes, just embellishments. Yeah, I like that, Dan. You know what? Part of that live experience that performers start to work on is that to play through anything that happens and keep the show must go on and keep the song alive and going. And then you're right, those little things that happen that you maybe didn't plan on become part of that experience, that live experience, so that you could experience a song in a unique way live that you would never hear again done exactly like that. So you're right, they're not really mistakes, they're just what happens, and getting through that maybe unexpected thing becomes an accoutrement, an embellishment of the song. So I have to agree with you, Dan. So again, if there's any other questions about Les Pauls or EXL Strings, toss them in the comment section. But otherwise, I think we're going to wrap up for today. But we will be back with Wednesday night live streams for the next few weeks, because step one will last at least 21 days from Friday. If you've been following all this stuff from the government, we have to, so we know what we can be doing safely here and within the parameters that we're allowed. So starting this Friday, small groups of customers allowed inside Connors Music. So you can come in and try out a gold, I got to point the right way, a gold Les Paul, or maybe a Les Paul Junior. You can plug it in through the Ant-Man here. That's what I was using again today, the Ant-Man Direct In. Thanks, Dan. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. So again, thanks for joining me again tonight, Wednesday night live stream with John Connors here at Connors Music, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks.